Welcome everyone to This Is It. Thank you for joining us. And we are here with a review of the new movie that just dropped with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson called Black Adam. So can't do this without the crew, man. My man Phenom 202. What's going on, brother?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Got some thoughts, good and bad, about this movie. Can't wait to talk about it.
And as always, can't do it without my man Tony Dons. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? What's up? I'm feeling pretty melancholy about this movie, yo. Like I'm here, there. You know, I'm expecting great things. That's why in the future. So that's why I'm really reserving some of my judgment.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
just to let you know, Tone, I'm the resident TI on this thing, so you can't be using big words, yo. Like I'm the big word user.
All right. Okay.
Well, look, everybody, we're about to get into this room, but before we do that, as I always say, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. I'm going to give you my overall thoughts of this movie, and if you haven't checked out my Instagram, I already gave it a rating. I gave this movie a 5 out of 10. And I'm being graceful with that, but I gave this movie a 5 out of 10. I really did feel like the movie struggled with the story and character development. Those are like the two major things I felt this movie struggled with. But we'll definitely get into that more as we go along with this review. We're going to go around the horn. I'll start off with you, Phenom. And what was your overall thoughts of this movie? What did you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, the story was very meh. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're the comic book guy when it comes to this. In the comics, was Black Adam a child or a man?
Man, in the comics. He was a man.
And so in the movie, he was a child first.
Yeah.
Who passed his power on to his father.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand why he passed it to his father.
Yeah, that's all made. That's not how it was in the comics at all. In the comics, Black Adam was a guy. He was a grown ass man that they eventually picked to be this person of the champion of that time. Mm-hmm. So he got all the different powers of all the gods of that time. But what happened was once he got that power, it just overtook him. He became just overwhelmed with the power and started doing bad stuff. And that's when they were like, they wanted to take it away from him, but they couldn't take it away. So they banished him. They banished him really, really far away. I don't know what this was. This was something they had made up strictly for this film, but we'll get into it because I know why they're doing it, but the execution of it was just not good. Yeah. But we'll go to my man, Tony Dons, man. Tony, what was your overall thoughts of Black Adam, man? Where did it land for you?
I mean, I would give it a 4 or 5. I like to say it didn't suck.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the only thing worth watching about the movie was the end credit. Like,
yeah,
if the end credit didn't happen, I probably would give it a 2. probably would give it a 3. But you know, like the end credit kind of saved it for me. So
yeah, and we'll definitely go and get to that end credit scene because it definitely sets up a lot of potentiality, which probably is why your rating is a lot higher than what it would have been. That's probably why mine's a 5. Because if it wasn't for that end credit, it probably would have been a 4 or maybe a 3. But let's go. Let's look at the things we did like. Well, not about the things we did like. Let's talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What did you guys think of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam in this movie? Fino, go with you.
He should be named Atlas. That's what he should be called. That's because he carried this movie on his shoulders, the whole weight of the movie on his shoulders, from his tone.
Yeah.
To the action, to his demeanor. I mean, like The Rock is an A++ actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter from his wrestling days, he was the funniest character out. You know, everybody loves Stone Cold, but The Rock had everything.
Yeah, he did.
Even the movies that weren't great movies, he carried the movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did nothing different in this. I mean, I do like the anti-hero mantra that he had in this. It was funny though, like he's been encased in stone for 5,000 years and no accent. I'm glad it didn't go with a bad accent. Just let The Rock be The Rock, yo.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But it's those little things, you know.
Well, I'm glad that he didn't have a bad accent. Just let him be The Rock, yo.
Yeah. True. What about you, Tony?
I mean,
what about The Rock?
Said, Rock carried the movie like he always does. He's a big star. This might be a situation where this might be a Robert Downey Jr. situation. He might have been born to play this character. He looks like Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
He has the power and the mystique and
Mm-hmm.
I think everything lined up on this one. So when I found out he was playing Black Adam, I was like, oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would give him an A+ performance, even though
Me
I gave
too.
the movie
Yeah.
a 4.
Yeah. No doubt. I feel the same way. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is perfect as Black Adam. He's actually been championing this film ever since 2007 when it first was told that he was doing it. So it's been a long time in the works trying to get this done. So he's put the work in, and he clearly embodies that character. He is Black Adam. Like just like you said, Tony, there are certain characters like, they were born to play this, like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. It's just certain folks.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. There's just certain characters like that's the guy. There's nobody else that can do it. And I really feel like he is Black Adam. He clearly carried this movie on his shoulders all the way. He's just charismatic. I mean, he's The Rock. He's going to give you a great performance. But as I say, where the movie falls is everything outside of that. That's where the movie falls. The story with The Rock. There's the story with the characters, the Justice League of the Justice Society of America, and it's just, this is when the story starts to fall for me. And I think they had a hard time trying to figure out what they wanted to do with The Rock. I know you said earlier, Phoenix, the situation with him being an anti-hero. I actually don't mind him being an anti-hero. I thought the problem with this movie is that they couldn't decide what they wanted him to be from the beginning. Like, if you're going to make him a villain, let him be the villain.
Yeah.
They had it muddy the whole time. Like, he was only fighting the bad guys, but then sometimes he was saving people, but then he wanted to kill people. He was talking to the kid. They really couldn't figure out what they wanted him to be. And that was what I thought was very jarring. But other than that, I love the CGI and the action. What did you guys think about the action?
I think the action saved the movie. I think when The Rock was on the scene, killing people, blowing stuff up.
That was dope. I love that. I mean,
that's what we came to see. And one thing you said, I wish they would have made this when The Rock wasn't 50. Mm-hmm. They should have made him when he was like late 30s, maybe early 40s.
They tried.
That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because, like Tony said, if he's going to be the Robert Downey Jr. of the DC, like this character, he's going to be like 50, 55, 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's in his 50s now. I think he might be 50, 51 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the action carried this movie. And one thing that set this movie back was the character development for the other characters in the Justice Society.
So let's get into the things we like The Rock. Clearly, The Rock in the action is what we did like. Let's get into what we didn't like. So who wants to go first?
So go ahead, Tom. Shit on it, yo.
I mean, other than Pierce Bronson, all the other characters were just pointless. All the other superheroes, I don't know why they chose 2 superheroes we never heard of. I don't know who Cyclone is. She's very pretty. But other than that, I have no idea why she's in this movie. You got to give me something. To me, the clash is what makes these comic book movies.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll go back. I kind of disagree with what Phenom said. In the comic books, the heroes and the anti-heroes always fight in the beginning a little bit. They don't kill each other, but they fight till they figure out they might be on the same side. They just go about things a little bit different. I mentioned
Punisher is a good example of an anti-hero.
Yeah. Black Panther always fights Captain America.
Yeah, that exactly.
So these people kind of go at each other, and then they realize they actually on the same side, and just got a vague idea of what justice is.
Yeah.
But Dr. Fate was cool, and I knew a little bit about Dr. Fate, so I like that. But the other 2 characters, Adam Smasher, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. It was the Ant-Man of the DC,
Hawkman. Hold up, Hawkman. This dude is a terrible Hawkman, I usually like MC Ren and all the other movies I've seen him in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I didn't believe in this Hawkman, and I don't know how you have a movie with Hawkman and not have Hawkwoman.
Yeah, Hawk Girl. Yeah, I feel you. I liked him as Hawkman. I think the issue is that he he only had one focus in the whole movie. There was no layers to his character. So it got redundant as the movie went on. His whole objective in the movie was, I'm going to go against The Rock. I'm pissed off The Rock. It's just me and him head to head the whole time.
Yeah.
Every time he was on character, that's all it was. And it's like, okay, this is getting old. And you're 50 minutes into the movie and he's still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's still fighting.
That's what it was. It was
even
just
when
no
they
development.
even when they figured out they're on the same side, he was still doing the same shit. Like,
yeah, and that's the issue. You shouldn't bring Hawkman in this movie. You shouldn't bring Dr. Fate. The Justice Society shouldn't even been in this movie, period. Primarily because why are you even giving us a Justice Society if you're not even going to give us any development on why they're there and how did they even become the Justice Society? Like they gave us none of that. All of a sudden, Amanda Waller's on the phone, call them up and like, oh yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
What?
It was that part was lazy because like yeah, who you gonna bring on your team? We're gonna bring Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
You got Henry Winkler, who used to be the Atom Smasher, talking to his grandson or his nephew or something like that. Said, don't mess with my uniform. Then they called this girl who pulls up in like a schoolgirl uniform or some books or some shit.
Yeah.
Like a little teenager to come fight, a god.
Yeah.
I mean, they just showed up and just it was makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let me see what else I didn't like. So let's go to I know, Finas, you said you had some questions about the movie or some things that didn't land well. We'll get to that. I know one thing I didn't like in this movie that I thought probably hurt the movie was the humor. I don't think I really laughed at all through this whole movie, not once. They had jokes in this movie about the catchphrase that he was supposed to have and the sarcasm, but those jokes were like bad. I mean, I never laughed once on those jokes.
Did you like the kid in the movie?
I hated the kid in the movie.
All right.
I always hate the kid in the movie. I always hate these kids, Like, who cares about these people?
Hated the kid.
Yeah.
Especially why did the kid try to do all this and all that? It's just ridiculous.
The kid, so at the beginning when the kid riding the skateboard, through the checkpoints and all that stuff, I did like the uncle though. The fat uncle was funny.
Oh,
the electrician.
I mean, you need somebody like that.
But he's a real comedian in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the kid, like Tone said, I don't like kids in these movies. I thought, using him as a pawn, and his mother was like, "Y'all gonna find my kid."
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna stop fighting.
Right.
Let's get my kid back. Like, your kid is more important than saving the world or whatever, yo. I mean,
I hate that, yo. I mean, these movies, these line of movies, I don't know, like, why are they starting to like care about humans? Like as if they're like the main character. Like I felt like Doctor Strange, they made the girl like she's a main character when she's kind of just a regular human. I don't know.
America Chavez?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the world is about to blow up and we don't stop these motherfuckers, yo. So let's get the good motherfuckers and the bad motherfuckers to fight each other, yo. And that's what I care about. If it's a little bit of human what's the word I'm looking for? Not cartilage, but
carnage.
Collateral
damage.
Human collateral. And you want to show a little brief moment of humanity. I understand that, yo, but I don't want to be riding around no fucking scooter and skateboard with a kid for half a movie.
Yeah. I thought that was lazy writing. I thought it was trying to use the kid as a way of showing us how to make Black Adam more human so that we don't look at him as a bad guy. I mean, and I'm just like, it doesn't work because really this is the way I feel it should be. This film works because in the comics, Black Adam is a villain. He's a villain. He's not a nice guy.
Yeah, sometimes most of the time he's a villain. Sometimes he's an anti-hero too.
But see, that's the thing. We all know the Rock story in wrestling. The Rock started off as, Rocky, I forgot his name, Rocky Mabia or something like that. But then the Rock really blew up when he was a villain. He was a villain in wrestling. And we slowly saw when he became the villain in wrestling, he blew the fuck up and everybody loved him so much. The villain, they started chanting Rocky and Rocky. And then wrestlers like, oh shit, let's turn him to babyface. So we can do that same thing with Black Adam. Rock got all the charisma in the world.
Yeah.
Let him be the villain. Let him be the heel and let everybody cheer for this heel, only to start changing the storyline to make him the anti-hero or somebody that you root for, because he made one line in the movie that I thought made sense. He said, "Why are you calling me the villain and you call yourself the hero when you're letting this guy go only for him to kill more people?"
Yeah.
Hey, that's the Batman line, you know?
So
Batman said that too.
Yeah, exactly. They could have used that as a reason for people to cheer for him, even though he's technically a villain. And then he starts to be the anti-hero. But they fucked it all up, man.
So I think they tried. They really tried. It was very clunky though, because him and Hawkman going back and forth. He killing people, he dropping people from planes and stuff. Hawkman catches them, so he wasn't not trying to kill people. His method of justice was different than Hawkman, and they just I think you said it best. They fought for an hour.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
No reason.
And then even like the villain, like
the villain was unforgettable. I don't even know who it was till the last 20 minutes of the movie shows up.
Yeah, he gets the crown, and he has a crown for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
15 minutes at the most. At the least. It was stupid. So that's all. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah, and I didn't like that whole setup, because in that setup they killed Dr. Fate only for Dr. Fate to show himself to Black Adam, to give Black Adam a reason to come back and fight this villain at the end of the last 15 minutes. Like, why?
Why did they lock up Black Adam? Why did he choose to lock himself up?
I don't, because he thought about his son and he felt that he was not the champion the world needed. But that's never how he never. It didn't make any sense. None of it made sense. Like, the story was all jumbled, and I was upset that they killed Dr. Fate, because to me that's his own movie. That's his own movie.
Pierce Brosnan, he's an A1 actor, yo.
Yeah, like, yes. I think he'll come back though.
I hope so, but I don't know. Because Pierce Bronson is great. He killing it as Dr. Fate. And that's so much content with that Dr. Fate story that a lot of folks don't know, because it's a lot with that helmet. Like,
that's what I thought. The helmet disappeared. Like, I was watching like Young Justice. The helmet always existed. Whoever puts on the helmet becomes
whoever puts on
locked
the helmet
in with Dr. Fate.
Yeah. Because technically the person inside the helmet is the old person from back in the day that died and stuff like that. So he's inside the helmet, like his spirit is inside something. So whenever you put that helmet on, you're like overcome with your Dr. Fate. Like, there's nothing you can do. And the guy in the helmet, or the spirit of the guy in the helmet, he's lived a long time. So sometimes he can not be very sympathetic.
He's not.
Humans, so that your fight, you have to be strong-willed in the mind to kind of work with the Dr. Fate in the helmet. But it's so much that they could have done with that character, man. It's so much. And let's get to the end credit scene, man. Well, was there anything else that we didn't like? Because this whole ending here with the villain, I thought was rushed. I don't know anything about the villain. Him getting the crown and then fighting the Rock at the end, I thought was just.
He turned rushed. Basically, he was with. What's her name? Whatever the main character was, lady Adriana or whatever.
Mother.
Yeah. So he was part of her team. He was just using her to get to the crown, just like everybody damn movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stuff that we've already seen before.
But even like her chanting the words of Black Adam to get him to resurrect.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was corny, because like, you about to die, all of a sudden you look down and see some words that you know how to say it right now.
Exactly. Like, how? It was so much about this. And it's like they didn't take enough time to really flesh the story out. Clearly, they didn't flesh the story out with the Justice Society of America. Clearly, they didn't flesh the story out with Black Adam. And clearly, they didn't flesh the story out, because at the end, we get the end credit scene. Yeah. We get the end credit scene with Superman. That's really what happens. My thing is, how in the hell does Amanda Waller have a connection with Superman? It's always like Amanda Waller is not like that. Amanda Waller works with the scrub superhero. Yeah. That's why she got the Suicide Squad. How the hell does she have Superman on speed dial?
They turned her into Nick Fury, yo.
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to turn it into the Nick Fury of the DCU, and that's not her. Now,
I mean,
I don't mind them doing that if you give me stuff leading up to this, but they ain't showed me nothing.
Nah, I mean, she doesn't talk to Batman. She doesn't talk to nobody from the Justice League.
Yeah.
At all. She only talks to the criminals that the Justice League lock up.
Yeah,
and catch.
exactly.
And how did Superman get there that fast, yo? Like, was he like waiting in the shadows, and, depending on what answer Black Adam gave?
Yeah,
he's gonna come out the shadows.
So it was.
So let's go around the horn. Were y'all excited when y'all finally saw the end credit scene with Henry Cavill back as Superman?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big deal. I was definitely excited. That like I said, it changed the parameter of the movie for me. Like now it's like, oh, okay, this might be going somewhere. So when we get Shazam and Black Adam in a movie, and then like those three fight all the time in the comic books. Yeah. So that might be on the way. So that's why, I mean, I kind of already knew that, but I was just like, now it's kind of confirmed. So it made the movie good, yo. So I'll give him a pass as a setup.
But I was excited to have Henry Cavill back. I think he's a great Superman.
Is he Superman just like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool? Has he got that yet?
No,
I think he looks like Superman.
Looks like yes. He
doesn't have the Superman star power.
No, the best Superman is Christopher Reeve, because Christopher Reeve was able to play the duality of both characters perfectly, and he was able to change it up mid-scene. I've never seen anybody do that. It wasn't like the camera switch and then you see him dressed as Superman, then the camera switch you see him dressed as Clark Kent. He was able to go from Superman to Clark Kent in the same scene without the camera off him. He's the only person that's ever been able to give me a Clark Kent that I can see on screen and a Superman. I mean, Christopher Reeve is the guy. Now, like a
golly G type guy.
He was like a goofy Superman guy, but he did it so well. Now, Henry Cavill looks like Superman.
He looks like Superman.
He looks like Superman.
I don't know. He just doesn't like you. He doesn't have it like Christopher Reeves. But
no,
I like him. I'm glad he came back. I like him as Superman. Yeah. But he doesn't dominate the scene, like the screen. When you got all of them together, it's not like, oh, there's Superman.
Yeah.
Like other people dominate the screen when else. So.
And I think the fault of that for me is Warner Brothers or DC, because they haven't given him enough movies. I mean, he had one movie, and then the next movie was with Batman.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, those movies were awesome, yo. Like, I don't. What are they waiting for?
Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
I didn't think that movie was good. I didn't
like the end of the movie, but I like the beginning with them two going at each other. I like that part. But when they brought in Doomsday,
that's awful. That movie had 3 movies in one movie. It really was.
Pretty much. So Man of Steel was awesome though.
Man of Steel was awesome.
That's on with Michael, the dude from Boardwalk Empire, Michael Shannon.
Yes. Amazing.
Yo, he did a great job.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be the villain now? Because they did Doomsday, they're gonna bring out Darkseid, or
you mean that Darkseid? Yeah, it's definitely Darkseid.
Yeah, definitely Darkseid is still going to be. Black Adam can still be a villain. The only thing is that I just don't want the next movie to be Black Adam versus Superman. I can't have that. Save this till later, because we have to build up to that. Because Black Adam is, because I just don't want it to be a BVS all over again. I want Superman to have his own movie. We got to care about this guy, man, so that when he finally fights Black Adam, it means something. When he finally fights Darkseid, it means something. When he finally fights Brainiac, it means something. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. But I think the next villain in the overlooming will be Darkseid, but I think it'll probably be somebody like Brainiac, or I don't want Lex. Just don't give me Lex.
Not no Jesse, whatever.
Man, I hate that, yo. I hate that.
But the thing about it is,
don't give me that.
I wouldn't be mad if it was Big Brother Almighty, yo, because he already does the voice on Harley Quinn, yo. I can see him being Lex Luthor, yo.
Yeah, well, he's actually supposed to. The rumor out there is that the rumors out there that he's trying to be Professor X in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Yeah, but in the the multiverse. So he's trying to be another version of Professor X in the multiverse, and he's been pitching that idea to Marvel. And I would like to see him as Professor X.
No, we've been watching this guy all our life, yo.
Yo, he's been Big Brother Mike T since the '83.
Since school days, he was in Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing with the Jordans, snipped on my sneakers.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's come a long way, man. A phenomenal actor, but I don't know. Who do you think is going to be the next villain to come up?
You brought up Brainiac, yo. Like that's a good side villain. Like not the main dark side, but a nice a side villain. I mean, I want to see some real characters start to show up, yo. Like, because to me, DC got the best villains because they got so many. Really, I mean, they got Grunt, Captain Cole. They fucked up Cheetah.
Oh, they fucked her up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they fucked that up. But like
they got
so many, like Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, they got good villains. Even Batman's Rogues Gallery of villains are really good. I mean, DC's got some really good villains because I don't know about you, but
we don't have Bizarro.
Yeah, Bizarro.
Yeah.
I mean, Sinestro. I mean, they got some really good villains.
I just Googled like Superman villains, and one came up, which I wouldn't mind seeing is Cyborg Superman.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Cyborg.
Yeah,
I
think Christopher Reeves fought a Cyborg Superman.
He fought the Nuclear Man.
I forgot what it was. It was something that wasn't.
They came up with their own thing.
Oh man,
that was
not good. The Nuclear Man, but yeah, they have the ability to really do something great. They can, but they just need somebody to be the Kevin Feige. That's all. And I like the fact that The Rock is pushing to get Henry Cavill back because DC had washed their hands of him. It was actually him that got Henry Cavill back. So I like that. So hopefully they can sit down and iron some stuff out, but I do not want them to in a movie because if you put The Rock and Henry Cavill in a movie, it's going to be The Rock movie.
Oh,
and it shouldn't be.
Movie.
It needs to be Superman. Superman's the guy that we have to root for. So then when he finally fights The Rock, it can feel something. So, that's what I'm hoping. But overall, I gave this movie. Is there anything anybody else wanted to touch on with the end credit scene of Superman and Henry Cavill?
Nah, I think you summed it up pretty well, man. I just think for us to have all this hype behind this movie.
Yeah.
It was The Rock's movie.
Yeah.
And everything else was not good. The support. I mean, Hawkman, has he always been rich?
No.
He was living in a mansion in Louisiana.
I never heard that. Yeah.
I had never heard of that. I mean, Hawkman is from another planet.
He's from another planet.
They made it seem like he was human.
Yeah.
With all this alien technology.
He is, but he's from another planet. That's the thing. They made it sound like he was Batman or something. Like he rich and all this stuff is technical.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
What happened to what's the dude that can phase in and out? I can't think of his name right now. That's an alien.
Martian?
Oh, Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter. Yeah, like
he was in Justice League.
He was in Justice League at the very end.
That's what I'm saying. If they gonna have these end credit scenes, they got to start tying this shit together, man. It's like,
I know.
You mean kind of like what Marvel does?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The first Justice League came out in 2017, I think.
Yeah, 2017.
It's 2022, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Why don't just steal Marvel's phases? I mean, but what The Rock did say, he started using the word phase. You know, say this is the first phase, whatever. But yeah, Marvel had phases. They say, we're going to dominate the comic book industry. I do like how DC is going a little bit darker. You know what I mean? I think that's their niche. I hope they get the Joker right.
Yeah, the Joker's coming back out.
Right.
Well,
Jared Leto.
River Phoenix is great. Jared Leto, I'm still.
River.
That's a hard.
I don't like Jared Leto, but River. I mean, you can't have River Phoenix and
Joaquin Phoenix.
With this. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, it's like he's on his own world.
But that took place like in the 70s, though.
It's got to be him and Batman, though. Like, I don't really think you can have a Joker in this universe. Like for real, it's got to be him and Batman.
Yeah.
And then you can mix in some Suicide Squad, but like the Joker and Batman got to be something different than all this intergalactic space travel stuff.
Yeah, I got it. If you want them to make $1 billion, $1 billion, make the Justice League, man, against the Legion of Doom, yo.
And that would be great.
That's it.
But they gotta Kevin Feige it though. They gotta give us the movies leading up to that. It's gotta lead up to that. And see, that's why the Justice League sucked, because they did 2 movies. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 movies. They did versions. Wonder Woman. No, I'm sorry, they did 3. They did Wonder Woman. Then they did Man of Steel. Then they I don't even know, was Aquaman first before Justice League, or did it come after? I think it came after. Yeah. So they did 2 movies, and then they threw the Justice League in us, and then Aquaman comes after the Justice League. It was all backwards. They should have never did that. It just was bad. You're supposed to do a Superman movie, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman movie, a Flash movie, a Cyborg movie, Aquaman movie. Give us all the movies and their villains, and then the big bad
come together.
And then they come together. Doomsday being in Batman versus Superman should have been what needed them to come together. That should have been the guy to help them come together, because you have the Justice League come together to try to fight this creature that can come from outer space, which is Doomsday. You need everybody to fight Doomsday. Doomsday wreaks havoc on everybody.
Doomsday is the Thanos of damn DC, yo.
Well, at least for that run.
You know what I'm saying? Because but Dark's also Dark Side. But you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, when you have the Legion of Doom and they got their hideout in the swamp, dog. You got everybody sitting around.
Come out of the swamp.
I used to love that cartoon, yo.
And the thing about it is
that particular one, yo.
Yeah, me too.
And guess what? Villains also win. Like even in Marvel, Thanos was winning.
Yeah.
So it's not like always a good ending at every movie. It's always you can have a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get in my soapbox about that all the time. I just think they can make a fucking.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
There's so many characters, yo. They could.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer because they can really do it.
No, you gotta have everybody go up against their guy, and then they come together, and it's just like, yo.
Yeah. The same way they had Civil War, where they all fought at the airport. That's what we need. We need the Justice League fighting against the Legion of Doom somewhere where that's what we need.
Yeah. Sinestro versus Green Lantern.
Yes. I mean, you got Batman versus Joker, or the Red Hood versus Batman. I mean, it's just whoever you want to get. I mean, there's so many characters. You can have Lex Luthor dressed up in his suit, because his suit has his power by kryptonite going against Superman. You can have some Solomon Grundy versus Superman. I mean, there's so many countless things you could do.
I'm sitting there looking at the list. Bizarro, Black Manta, Brainiac, Captain Cold, Cheetah, Giganta, Gorilla Grodd, Riddler, Scarecrow, Sinestro, Solomon Grundy, Toyman.
Toyman, and fucking Captain Cold going at Batman, yo. That's
come on.
The Riddler, Toyman and the Riddler going at Batman, yo. Like, that's a movie. That's a movie.
Yeah.
If they were fighting though, I think it would have to be Toyman versus, because Riddler, I've never seen Riddler fight. I mean, I don't know, but
Jim Carrey.
He got surprises.
Yeah,
true. He does.
He got surprises.
He does. Yeah, and that's the thing. They have all of it. Like we're all saying, we need to be in the writers' room. Like, look, this is where we need to go, and this is how we have to get there. And hopefully they could do it. I'm glad Henry Cavill's back. Yeah. We still have Jason Momoa as Aquaman. They're still doing the Flashpoint movie. So DC is trying to course correct. Hopefully they take their time, because we got nothing but time.
Yeah. No, they taking too long though, man. They got to give me something real quick just to tide me over.
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking 3 years to come out?
Yeah.
You can't make nobody wait 3 minutes. You came out with the Justice League, yo.
Yeah.
Then you redid it, or release more footage.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago.
Well, they got another Aquaman coming out.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, there hasn't been a movie. This is the first movie from DC since Wonder Woman 1984, which was like 2 years ago, which was not good.
That was horrible.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, so I mean, I feel you. We are having Flashpoint come next year. And that supposedly is the movie that they're banking on to course correct everything that happened in the past, because it's supposed to kind of erase whatever happened in the past and start this new path of the multiverse of the DC universe. So
Ezra Miller might be throwing a monkey wrench in all their plans. Yo.
Yeah, what happened with him, man? Like,
I mean, he's been kidnapping people, disorderly conduct. Dressing the androgynous style, wearing makeup and women's clothes and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, when you start messing with the church's money, you know what I'm saying? The Hollywood money, they normally get rid of you, yo. And they, for some reason, they really bank it on Flash. And I think
I've heard the rumor is that it's good. That's why they haven't done so much to Ezra Miller yet, because they need this movie to stick. But I believe, though, after this movie, they're getting rid of him. I think they're getting rid of him.
As they should, yo. I mean, like, you got to act right, yo. Because, like I said, that they might not get rid of him if he does a hell of a job. I like him as Flash. I think he's a great Flash. I think he's a great Flash. You know what I mean? But all the other stuff, if they let that shit slide because he's making them money. Yeah. Money talks, man. Money talks. Yeah. Anything else you guys got to say about Black Adam before we close this review out? No. All right. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I think, Tony, you gave it, I don't know, did you gave it a 4 out of 10, and Phoenix I'm gonna split the difference, so 4.5.
4.5. All right, there you have it. Well, there you have it, everybody. That is our review of Black Adam. Kind of not a bad movie, but not a great movie. Kind of landed right in the middle for us. It did really seem like we beat the movie up a lot, because we really did want to enjoy this movie, but it just didn't land for us. If it wasn't for The Rock, this movie probably would have been a 2. But I do hope that DC definitely takes their time to use what they have and take the time to build these characters. If they do that, they'll be good as gold. But anyway, that's our review for Black Adam. My name is Corey Roy. That's my man Phenom 202. That's Tony Dons. And thank you for watching us on this recap and review of Black Adam. Peace. Yep.